So you're not wrong. Jamaican is not a color, but you did say that Jamaican is a race. And I just wanted to clarify that Jamaican is not a race. It's a nationality and it's a culture, a pretty awesome culture. One that I'm really, really proud to be a part of.
Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. And if you're new here, don't forget to like, subscribe and share. So today we're going to talk about a topic that is Jamaica is not a race. Have you ever wondered, is it a race or not? So let's get into it. Have you ever had someone say you look Jamaican? Or better yet, I thought Jamaicans were black. It's wild how often people forget or don't even realize that Jamaica is not a race. It's a country, a culture, a vibe. But somehow, it gets boxed into this narrow image that doesn't even scratch the surface of what Jamaica really is. So let's clear this up, not just for accuracy, but out of respect for what it actually means to be Jamaican, beyond the stereotypes and assumptions.
There are no ugly Jamaicans. Jamaicans don't come in that font. Jamaicans don't come in that size. Jamaicans don't come in that color. Jamaicans don't have the ugly ingredient. When God was on the highway driving to Jamaica to give out ugliness, he caught a flat tire. It's not in our design. It's not in our make. And then Jamaican women are the most beautiful. Perfect example, Shensia and Jada Kingdom. If a music career don't work out for Jada Kingdom and Shensia, they could easily become beauty queens. Matter of fact, ugly people don't even come from the Caribbean. Right, Auntie Paulette? Right. The person who told you you're too pretty to be Jamaican, I hope they pass 1,000,000 kidney stones. I hope their nipples fall off. I hope they get a yeast infection in their mouth, gonorrhea in their eye, and strep throat. And you should have chose violence when this mad person told you that you're too pretty to be Jamaican, because we don't come in that color. We don't come in that size. They don't make ugly Jamaicans. Except for this one Jamaican girl that I used to work with. She looked bud. She looked like boogers. But she don't count.
To be honest, I never experienced racism in Jamaica. All the years I was living there, I say, it didn't even cross my mind. Like, when I was little and when my mother car back, I was driving down the hill and a little girl or a little boy yelled out to me, "White girl!" It just come in like a pet name to me. And to be honest, that's how it always was. And when I get big now, and I have my own car, and I get like a flat tire, I'm dip on the side of the road and come out of the car, gone in the trunk, come here, look for it jack. And by the time me open the car back, me just see one or two cars stop, and them offering to help me, and before me know it, 2 tools them fix up the tire and me go about the business. And just Jamaican people, they're warm, friendly, and full of joke. And the next thing I remember now too is nobody no go by them name and them birth certificate. Nobody at all. Them go by alias all the while. So like I remember some name. So one of them is Fat Man, and him doing fat, And next one, Germs. And next one, Pressure Foot, and Pinchers, and Dog Heart. You name it, they come up with some name. And if you ever hear the story of how the name stick on them.
And just so we are clear, we know that being Jamaican is not a race, right? It's not a race. So you have black Jamaicans, and you have white Jamaicans, and you have Chinese Jamaicans, and you have Indian Jamaicans. Right? We know that. Right? Right?
Alright, I just gotta clear the air because everyone is jumping to Kamala's defense saying that she's quote unquote black because her daddy is Jamaican. People, please understand that Jamaicans are not black, okay? We Caribbean people from the Caribbean, West Indies, we do not see color like y'all see color. The Caribbeans are mixed just like America. We have all different kinds of ethnic groups, different kind of cultures, different races of people on the islands, okay? Not just one, all the islands. That when we see each other in the United States and we meet up with each other, there's an automatic bond. it's like, oh, but were you for? Oh yeah, oh what man? We family. Recognize ourselves as family because we don't see color or race. We see what island we are from. If you're from Jamaica, we see you as Jamaican. If you're from Barbados, we see you as Bajan. If you're from Trinidad, we see you as a Trini. If you're from St. Lucia, we see you as a St. Lucian. Okay, we don't see you as a black St. Lucian, a Hispanic St. Lucian, a Dominican St. Lucian, or we don't see him as a black Jamaican, a white Jamaican, a Dominican Jamaican. We don't see him as a Puerto Rican Jamaican, Chinese Jamaican, any of that. You're just a Jamaican, okay? And if you're from Barbados, you're just a Bajan. If you're from Trinidad, you're just a Trini. Point blank, you're not a white, black, this, that, or whatever. Matter of fact, when we first came to America, I didn't know anything about black people. I didn't even know black people was a thing. I didn't know I was considered a black person because that's something that we never used back on the island, especially when I was a kid. Maybe they do now, whatever. But when we was growing up, that was not a thing. I didn't know that I was, quote unquote, considered a black man until I came to America. I didn't know anything about racism until I came to America. Because those things does not matter in the islands. If you're born on one island, that's who you are, no matter where your parents come from. And it doesn't matter because when we link up, we be like, hey, what's up, fam? We family, and that's all that matters. We have a saying, different islands, same people. And it's facts. Because no matter what island you go to, you're going to find a broad variety of cultural people. And you know how we know where they're from? When they open their mouth and they speak. You a Trini. Oh, you from Barbados. Or you a Crucian. Or you a St. Lucian. That's how we know each other. We don't know, it doesn't matter what island we are from. We consider ourselves as family. As far as the Kamala being black thing, let's just get to the bottom of it. Okay, before you didn't have any problem with saying that as long as you got one drop of black blood in you, that you're black. You didn't have any problem with that. You didn't have any problem with if they're not white, they're black. You even included Chinese people and Asian people and all of that are literally look just like white people, but except for the eyes and all of that different stuff, but their skin tone is literally just about the same. You don't have any problem with including them and everybody else in your so-called black race agenda. When the black thing became a little bit too direct, then you started saying, oh well, let's just embrace the color. We're colored then because we're so many different varieties of people. So then you became colored people. And at the same time, now that this woman is up for presidency or up for this seat, that seat, or whatever, now we have to differentiate what kind of colored person she is. What kind of black, how much black does she have in her blood? And all of that crazy nonsense. She's not the one with the problem, y'all are. Even if she said she was Indian or black. That's what y'all say. Y'all ain't never had a problem with that shit before. But because now, something is at stake, now all of a sudden, we got to break down the values within how much blackness there is there. Just crazy.
We continue to deny that racism is embedded in everything in Jamaica. Let's say for a minute that it's not about race. What do you call it when the poorest, least educated person from Asia, from the Middle East, from Europe, from anywhere else in the world can come into your country, can get opportunities to set up a business and have access to economic activities that the dark-skinned people of that population do not have? What do you call it when people follow the advice to get themselves a skill, to get themselves educated, to get themselves upgraded? When people do all these things and graduate at the top of their class and then have to change their address so that they can even be granted an interview? What do you call it when your children are sent home from school because their hairstyle, the chiny bump, is too ruly, because the way that their hair grow out of their head is considered unkempt? But Jonathan can have his long ponytail and nobody has a problem with it. To acknowledge that racism exists is to acknowledge that we have been and still are and probably always will be at the bottom of this hierarchy. If we accept that racism exists in Jamaica, then that means we can't go to places like the US and Canada and tell African Americans and tell black people there that they are lazy and that if they work harder, they can achieve something. To acknowledge racism in Jamaica means that you have to lose the illusion that you are better than other black people in the diaspora, in African countries, because you are not immune to racism even in your black majority country. To acknowledge racism in a country like Jamaica is to acknowledge that this system of oppression is being held up by black people who look like you, by black people who have proximity to whiteness, by black people who want to maintain their socioeconomic status, and they are willing to help the rest of them to oppress you. And that is what some of you can't live with, and that's why you say it has nothing to do with race.
So let's get this straight. Being Jamaican doesn't mean you have to look a certain way. Jamaica is one of the most ethnically diverse places in the Caribbean. Yes, the majority of Jamaicans are of African descent, a result of the island's brutal history of colonization and slavery. But that's not the whole story. There are Jamaicans of Indians, Chinese, Lebanese, Syrian, and European ancestry. There are white Jamaicans, Asian Jamaicans, mixed race Jamaicans, all united under a flag, one island, and one identity. The culture, that's the real heartbeat. It's the music, the food, the slang, the rhythm, and the resilience. You can't measure that by skin tone. You can't limit that to a single image. That's why it's actually offensive when people reduce Jamaican to just a look or a race. Because when you do that, you erase the richness and complexity of the Jamaican identity. It's like walking into a party halfway through and thinking you know the whole story. And let's not forget how powerful Jamaican culture is. Think about it. This tiny island has influenced the entire world. Reggae, dancehall, Rastafari, jerk chicken, patois. This is global now. But while people love the aesthetic, they often don't take time to understand the roots. Being Jamaican is more than dreadlocks and Bob Marley. It's history, pain, pride, and joy all rolled into one. And it deserves more respect than to be reduced to a stereotype. So next time you hear someone say you don't look Jamaican or act confused when a white or Asian person says they're from Jamaica, check it, challenge it. Because Jamaica is not a race. It's an identity that runs deeper than skin, and when recognized that, we open the door to seeing the full picture, the real Jamaica. Not the watered down version, not the one size fits or image, but the true, vibrant, powerful culture that continues to shake the world. If you have learned something today, don't forget to hit the like button, drop your thoughts in the comment section, and share this with someone who needs to hear it. Big up yourselves and big up Jamaica every time. Until next time, bye-bye.